during an incredible action, and some of you might be familiar with the Iraq Veterans Against the War action, where they were going around Washington, D.C. and other cities, Chicago, New York. Adam can tell you a little bit more about it. Somebody help me. It's called, I think it's Operation Occupation.
Operation First Casualty.
Operation First Casualty. Thank you very much. So you got it. Operation First Casualty. You can check it out on YouTube. I met Adam Kokesh during the first Operation First Casualty on the Washington Monument grounds, and he's been another leader, another pole star ever since. Ladies and gentlemen, from Iraq Veterans Against the War, please welcome Adam Kokesh.
Elvis Kokesh! Elvis Kokesh! Yeah!
24 hours. Are we going to make it?
Yeah!
Did we make it? Did we do this? Have we survived 8 years of the Bush administration?
Yeah!
Is that reason to celebrate?
Yeah!
My name is Adam Kokesh. I served as a sergeant on Marine Corps Civil Affairs team in the Fallujah area from February to September of 2004. And because of what I saw and because of what I experienced and the tragedy and the crime that is the ongoing occupation of Iraq, I came home and I joined Iraq Veterans Against the War. And from our inception, we have been calling for three things. First and foremost, an immediate withdrawal of all occupying forces from Iraq. Second, full benefits for returning veterans regardless of discharge status. This is important because we got troops coming home with post-traumatic stress disorder because of what they've seen. And then they get bad conduct discharges and are denied the health care that they are entitled to because of a disease caused by the war that they served in. And that in and of itself is criminal. The third thing we call for is reparations for the Iraqi people. Now, I served in civil affairs, and one of the things I'm most proud of that I did in Iraq is that I did genuinely try to help the Iraqi people in what we were doing, and we gave out salacia payments after the siege of Fallujah, trying to compensate people when they had relatives that died from bombs dropped from U.S. warplanes, and they had houses destroyed, and we gave them $2,500 if their son had been killed, or their daughter, or a family member. You give you some idea of the way that the American military values human life in Iraq. And it's very disturbing that's the message we're sending to the Iraqi people. Now, we're here to shoo Bush, and shoo Bush out of office. And we are here in solidarity with Muqtada al-Zaidi, who had the courage to do it to the man's face. And Bush had the audacity to say, I don't know what his beef is. Well, I know, we know, we all know. Al-Zaidi was doing that on behalf of the Iraqi people, not just out of his own angst and anguish, but on behalf of the Iraqi people who have suffered so greatly under this occupation, which is such a crime. We now have over 1 million dead Iraqis who've died violent deaths as a direct result of this occupation. We have over 2.5 million internally displaced and 2.5 million externally displaced. And Bush doesn't know what his beef is. Well, we're here in solidarity with al-Zaidi, and I'm here in solidarity with the Iraqi people who have suffered at the hands of this administration and the occupation that we in Iraq Veterans Against the War were once a part of. And for me, it is a form of penitence to come here and say that I'm doing this in solidarity with all of them. And now, while it is reason to celebrate that we have survived 8 years of the Bush administration and the criminality of that, and we are here in solidarity with all the people who have suffered under this administration, from Iraq to Afghanistan, throughout the world, through the imperial policies of this administration. So I'm here, and I gotta shoot for Bush. But I gotta say, really, I don't think this is time for celebration. Wilson and FDR, when they were inaugurated, did not celebrate because there were troops in harm's way. FDR served cold chicken in solidarity with the troops that were in harm's way. And we are about to inaugurate a president who has said that he wants to end the war in Iraq, but has said specifically that what he means by that is that he is going to keep a minimum of 40,000 troops in Iraq indefinitely on permanent basis, with an increased reliance on private contractor mercenaries like Blackwater. And he's going to have a surge in Afghanistan of at least 30,000 troops. And we have seen firsthand, we have learned the lesson from the Bush administration that occupation is a crime, no matter where it happens, no matter what propaganda you use to justify it. Occupation is a crime. And that is not going to end with the Bush administration. We still have a lot of work to do. And I'll tell you what, on behalf of the Marine that's going to die in Iraq in the next 24 hours, on behalf of the Iraqis that are going to continue their suffering under the Obama administration, on behalf of the 30,000 troops that are going to face threats to their life in Afghanistan, and the people of Afghanistan who are going to suffer doubly under a surge over there, I'm saving this other one for Obama.